Hello Huckleberries, and surprise! Obviously I took out my dreadlocks. I'm just gonna sit down, well, I'm already sitting, but I'm just gonna explain to you guys what exactly happened, why I took out my dreadlocks, and what it was like. As you can see, they're gone. The reason I got dreadlocks in the first place was for the purpose of taking something off of my bucket list, because I've always wanted dreadlocks, but also because my hair has become so long and so unmanageable. The fact that I had to keep it from locking up naturally, it just became very painful, very tedious, not fun. It wasn't working out. So it was the perfect chance for me to do something I've always wanted to do and get dreadlocks. So it is a little embarrassing to admit that I only had my dreadlocks for about 8 months. I wanted to make it at least a year, so the fact that I didn't even make it a year is kind of disappointing. But let me just explain what has brought me to the decision of taking out my locks. First and foremost, my dreadlocks had recently entered the lumpy stage, and I was well aware of this stage because I did plenty of research before getting my locks. So I knew that there was right around that 6-month to 1 year mark where your hair starts to shrink up quite a bit and you get bubbles in your hair and lumps, and your dreadlocks are essentially really uneven, and it is a telltale sign that your locks are new, because all locks have to go through this stage. And so my hair started to get lumpy and it sucked and I hated it. And yes, I could maintain it a little bit and crochet the hair back in. Basically the last month on the Big Island, I started to become extremely unhappy with my locks. And yes, if you are patient, it is totally worth it. I mean, I could see the new locks growing in, and they were growing in so uniform and so nicely. So that was kind of the first thing. So I moved out here and I just thought, okay, well, I can have a professional help me maintain the dreadlocks because it's so hard doing it on my own and I just don't have the time or the patience to do it by myself. And I could go get some new extensions put in. Maybe I would even get my hair wrapped just to, you know, get through this lumpy phase, blah, blah, blah. I had all these plans. So I was creating a budget, and I budgeted out a certain amount of money to be able to go to a salon and see someone. And then this apartment became available. If you guys didn't watch my last video, I talk about all my life updates, but this apartment became available and I realized that this was 100% worth the extra money to move into this apartment. So I went to my budget and I looked at what can I cut out of my budget to make this apartment more feasible, because I really don't want to get in the way of my savings plan. And literally, the dreadlocks were the last thing on my priority. I was happy to just cut out that budget completely. That night, just very spontaneously, I started taking out my dreadlocks. I had 3 days off in a row, and I thought to myself, when's the next time I'm gonna have 3 days off in a row? Why don't I just get this started and just dedicate the next 3 days to taking out my locks? Now, I got a lot done. My fingers were swollen and bleeding. Essentially, taking out each lock was a very meticulous process, and it took me 30 minutes per lock, and I have about 100 dreadlocks, or did. So, you know, that's 50 hours of work. So those 3 days I did get a lot done, but it actually took me 3 weeks total to take out all of my locks, and I did decide to keep one just for now. If you think that you aren't able to brush out dreadlocks, well, here you go. Here's proof. Proof. Here's proof. The newer the dreadlocks, the easier it is to take out, but again, it still took me 30 minutes a pop to take these puppies out. So I can't even imagine taking out mature dreads. Even though my dreadlocks were growing in really well, I already knew a few months ago that I was not gonna be a dreadhead for life or for even like the next 10 years. I am way too spontaneous and I like to change my look constantly. The idea of investing even more time and energy and money into something that really wasn't gonna be an effective or smart investment, it just was time. So it was a lot sooner than I was expecting, but I genuinely am so glad that I went through the entire experience. I got to check dreadlocks off my bucket list. If I ever wanted to get them again, I would just probably do faux locks and just do extensions and just fake the whole thing, because the amount of work that you have to put into getting like legit dreads and maintaining them, it is insane how much work it is. But I'm not mad about it. I'm really happy that I got to go through that experience. Now that I have my normal hair back, this is the longest my hair has ever been. It's crazy. This is like legit mermaid hair. It covers my boobs completely, which I've never had before. Before we talk about like the future of my hair, because the story doesn't end here, I do have to show you guys all the hair that I brushed out, because when your hair is dreadlocked, none of that natural shedding happens. All of that shedding just maintains within the dreadlock. So I have a lot of hair here that I've been holding on to make a video. Get it out of my apartment. It's disgusting, but are you ready for this? Am I ready for this? I don't know. Yep, there it is. Oh, so yeah, I've had a box full of this hair and now I'm gonna throw it out. So I've gone through a lot with my hair in the last 8 months, but it's time for a change. As I mentioned earlier, the reason I got dreadlocks was because I had long hair, it was becoming too unmanageable, but I wasn't ready to give up my long hair. I bet you can guess where I'm going with this. It bought me 8 extra months of enjoying length, and I even got to add extensions and have my hair even longer, and it's the longest my hair has ever been or ever will be, probably. So now that we are back to my problematic long hair, there's so many emotions involved with this, but I'm gonna cut off my hair. If you guys want to come along with me to the salon to get rid of this, but it's time. Oh my gosh, this decision has not been easy. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out and I'm not even going to the salon yet. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward a couple of days and we're gonna go cut off my hair. Okay guys, today is the day. It has been almost 2 weeks, I think. I don't know, I have no concept of time, since I finished brushing out my dreadlocks, and I knew all along that I wanted to cut my hair, but I've been genuinely afraid until yesterday. And suddenly the courage came. So this morning I called in and I booked an appointment. Little did I know that they were gonna have an opening this afternoon. So I don't know the last time I felt so nervous to do anything with my hair. I am procrastinating leaving my house. Bye. Oh my god, it freaked me out. I just ate a bunch of quinoa. And I haven't talked today. This is the first time I'm hearing my voice. Hello, world. Hi. Where'd my hair go? Actually, I really shouldn't even be filming in this little corner because you can't really see my hair. All in all, I have to say I'm very happy, no regrets. I sort of am anticipating comments lamenting the loss of my long hair, and I just have to say, first and foremost, I do not feel that way. It was time for just a fresh start. So this is actually the first time I've ever just rocked my natural hair color. I started coloring my hair right around 13 and literally haven't stopped. So it is insane to see my natural color. It is much darker than when I was 12, but I'm actually in love with it. And that's my favorite part of this whole experience, is just being in love with my natural hair color and just being excited to rock like a darker look for a little while. I really did lean on my blonde tips for that entire time of me growing out my hair, and it was definitely a security blanket for me. And now I do not need a security blanket. I feel so empowered, but it hasn't all been easy. To be completely honest, the haircut that I asked for is not the haircut that I left the salon with, but I have no ill will on the stylist. I think she did an amazing job. The haircut's actually a really great haircut. It's just not necessarily my style. So I went home and I experimented until I found multiple ways of styling my hair that I'm actually really happy with. So definitely excited for my hair to grow out, and then in a couple of months I can go get it cut into more of a classic bob, like this one or 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 this one. The laziest style that I'll be rocking is just completely pushed back. It's giving me, I don't know, is that like an 80s vibe? You tell me in the comment section below. I do enjoy having everything tucked and pushed back. Super easy, super simple. Another style I will be rocking is the half updo, which is probably gonna be my go-to because it is so cute, so simple, so easy. Definitely shows off my natural texture, and it's just super cute. And then of course there's the space buns, and I have rocked space buns for the last few years with natural hair, with my dreadlocked hair, but now I have these little mini guys, and I did throw in a few clips just to like cutify it. I feel like very kawaii right now, or like Spice Girls vibes, 90s. This is definitely the aesthetic that I feel most myself at, so I'll definitely be rocking like a little space bun action from time to time as well. But no wearing it just straight up down or like parted or anything. Not really into the layering, but again, a couple months from now, all of that will be grown out, and that again is the other really fun part about short hair. The majority of my life I've had short hair, and actually you guys on YouTube have not known me for that time period, so this might seem very foreign to you all, but I feel very at home like this. Hair is a source of self-expression and creativity and fun for me. It's definitely an adventurous part of my life. I'm always switching it up. That will never change, but I am excited to rock some short hair for a little while, I think. This is very satisfying. Feeling air on my neck all the time and sleeping. Oh my goodness, I hated sleeping with long hair. It was the worst. So, what do you guys think? Tell me what your favorite look is. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed going through this hair journey with me. It has been exciting and very scary and nerve-wracking and challenging and time-consuming. This whole process has been wild. So I'm excited to just kick back and put my energy and time into a few other things and just let my hair chillax for a minute. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. In the meantime, I hope you're all doing very well. I love you guys so much. Peace. New year, new me. New year, new me. Okay.